Welcome to The Wall, featuring stories of divorced women. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, and turn on notifications so you don't miss anything. Let's get started.
It should come as literally no surprise to anybody on this planet that women are not wanting to have children anymore, considering the fact that the main reason for divorces nowadays is lack of commitment. And women are usually the ones who initiate divorces, right? Men will sit there and try to say that, oh, women are always the one who leave relationships. You guys are the one divorcing us. You gotta be so for real right now. How many times did your wife tell you, I need you to do this, I need you to do that, stop doing this, stop cheating on me, take care of our kids, help me with the groceries, help me with cleaning the house? And then you expect her to not only take care of the house, take care of the kids, take care of you, but then go and work 9 to 5 and go 50-50 with you? Are you out of your freaking mind? No kidding, women don't want to have children anymore. No kidding, women are divorcing men, because why would I want to deal with the stress of you doing F shit behind my back? Me taking care of these kids that I birthed, literally ruined my body for you, that you don't even take care of. Why would I want to do that when I can just go be alone, stress-free? No kidding. No kidding. But men will always sit here and try to blame the demise of society on us when they're literally the ones that built society.
I'm not surprised she doesn't have a husband. She's probably already hit the wall. You can tell she's unbearable. The only thing she knows how to do is blame men, even for her own decisions. She says women get divorced because men don't help, but society's decline comes from the abuses of marriage. How easily women can break their vows, the benefits they get after a divorce, and the complete lack of marital tradition. They complain about taking care of the house, but not about the fact that the man provides for them. They can't handle him simply asking for a meal made with the groceries he bought himself. Because in the end, they just want to receive but aren't willing to contribute anything.
Your wife or girlfriend did not leave you because you asked for a glass of water one time. She didn't leave you because you forgot to empty the dishwasher yesterday. She didn't leave you because you forgot to take out the trash last week. She didn't leave you because you left the clothes in the washing machine overnight. She didn't leave you because you did this one time. Most women leave a relationship after years and years of trying to make it work. Most women leave after they feel as though their partner has repeatedly ignored their request for participation in the house. They don't leave because you did something one time. They leave because they've asked you repeatedly to participate in the home, to wash the dishes, to switch over the laundry, to notice what needs to be done. They leave because they are tired of doing everything alone. They leave because they're tired of being undervalued in their home. They leave because of this narrative that if she doesn't have a job, then she doesn't provide any value. Women are leaving not because their partners have done something one time. They're leaving because their partners repeatedly disrespect them and undervalue them, especially in marriage. Women are leaving because they are tired of working full time, taking care of the kids and cleaning the house and never getting a thank you, but always getting pushback when they ask for help. Women are leaving because they don't want to do it alone. They would rather be outside of a relationship doing it by themselves than in a relationship doing it by themselves, okay? Women don't break up with you because you did something one time. They do it because your repeated behavior has eroded their trust and they know you don't respect them. That is why your partner breaks up with you.
Fuck up, you crazy bitch whore!
When household task robots hit the market, I'd love to see what excuse they'll use then. She says women leave because they're tired of doing everything alone. But do they ever thank their husbands for putting food on the table every day? For covering all the expenses without complaining? No, because they see it as his obligation. This is the typical woman who won't even make her husband a meal because he's an adult and can do it himself. But if she does, she expects something in return. If that's the kind of woman I'd end up with, I'd rather be alone.
Your future husband is never going to be the guy who leaves you writing paragraphs in your notes app. Your future husband is never going to be the guy who makes you feel like you're asking for too much. Your future husband is never going to be the guy who walked away and made it seem like your needs were crazy. Your future husband is never going to be the guy who makes you feel worse about yourself. Baby girl, I know that you feel sad that this person is not in your life anymore, but trust me, when you get disrespected on a certain level, you need to ask yourself, would my future husband ever make me want to feel like this or do this to me? The answer is going to be no. And you need to be so turned off and so uninterested in that behavior that your only choice is to move forward.
You know what bothers me about this discourse? It completely ignores that we're human beings and that everyone has the right to have a bad day. Women, because of their hormones, have terrible mood swings. And if they're also unstable, need therapy, or have been through too many chats, it's even worse. But if a man is emotionally unavailable just once, suddenly he's a red flag and needs to be discarded. The same thing happens with divorce. They complain about everything, make dumb decisions based on emotions, and then refuse to take responsibility. Because in the end, responsibility is kryptonite for women. Just watch the next video.
My story is not unique. I left a marriage after 15 years. I had 3 kids with the man. I had built a life with him, and I really wanted it to work. Deciding when it was time to leave, deciding that I had tried hard enough, deciding that yes, it was worth to take the risk of the unknown for leaving the known, which I had become very accustomed to over the last 15 years. And even though I was miserable, there was some security to it. There was a little bit of, at least I was comfortable in knowing what to expect. As the years would roll by and every birthday I got the same card that said next year will be better, I somewhere deep inside thought to myself, there's no way. And the only way that my life is going to change is if I leave. But I had 3 kids. And I was also thinking, wait, if my happiness means that I'm taking away the kids' happiness, and all of the guilt that came into play of, am I being so selfish that I want to leave this? And is it bad enough? But here's the kicker. The kicker is that if you are in a place where you are absolutely miserable, you're being treated horribly, or whatever your circumstances are, but you know in your heart that the only way to change your life is to leave, let me tell you that you will carry guilt with you, that it will be extremely difficult. And when you are looking for people who you're like, okay, well, she left and look how her life turned out, and you're looking for examples, and your mind is researching for the evidence that you're going to be okay, I'm going to tell you that no matter what it is, that's the unknown that's on the other side. If you are in a situation right now where years are passing by and you are still miserable in a relationship and you're not being taken care of and you're not being seen and you're not being heard and you're just being alone in a marriage, the unknown is terrifying, but there's nothing more terrifying than looking back and seeing all the years that you wasted living in fear.
15 years of marriage, and she wants to leave simply because it's not satisfying for her. There's no valid reason behind it. She just wants to walk away, destroy everything she built with that man, and put her kids in a worse situation. And of course, she justifies it with the classic mystical phrase, what's best for the mother is best for the children. No, what's best for the children is a stable family. But she doesn't care because her personal happiness comes first. It's a completely selfish decision. That whole it's terrifying act, not even she believes it. She's a lawyer. She knows exactly what benefits she can take from the marriage. There's nothing terrifying when your happiness is 50% funded by your ex-husband.
Holy shit. If I had known this is what my life was going to look like, I don't know, 6 years after I asked for a divorce, I would have never believed myself. I was looking so hard for evidence that I was going to be okay. Like, who else has left their marriage after 15 years? And were the kids okay? And am I being the most selfish person ever? And are we ever going to recover financially? We were already struggling financially. Are we going to be okay? Like, how in the world am I going to be able to raise 3 kids completely on my own and financially on my own? And how am I going to make ends meet? And I'm completely alone. I remember we're sitting at a stoplight and just thinking, I'm so alone. I should just go back. Like, I can't possibly do this on my own. And here I am, I think roughly 6 years later. I'd have to do the math, but a lot of years later. And I am happily married. But you know what? Even if I wasn't happily married, being happily married was almost another one of those milestones where I wasn't even looking to get married again. I just happened to fall in love with the most amazing partner in the world. But even if I had not met him and fallen in love with him, I see what I've built. I've built an incredible business. I've built a life for my kids that they are thriving in a way that I know they would not have been thriving if I'd stayed in that marriage. But I will tell you this. I hope this story encourages you, because if you look back on your life and you have lived in fear for so long that you don't ever see what's on the other side of that what if, flip that what if around. Like, everybody's always so focused. I mean, I know I was so focused on what if he really changes now? What if it's really different now? What if I'm giving up? And even though it's been 15 years and patterns show that he's not changing, what if now is the time he changes and I missed out on it? What if he becomes the man I always dreamt he was going to be, full potential, and somebody else gets him? Those were all the what ifs I had. But flip that around, and it sounds so cliche, but what if you had the courage to leave this current relationship and you were able to fall in love with yourself and give yourself the love and the compassion and allow yourself to be seen in a real way and know what it feels like to be in your full potential and not just taking care of somebody else's needs all the time, but truly being able to become your full self so that you can make sure that your children's full selves are feeling completely and totally emotionally cared for, and that your dreams are being realized. What if you believed and bet on yourself rather than betting on him, and the greatest life you could ever imagine came to fruition? What if?
Stop it. Get some help.
In short, her life is good because she got involved with another man who provides that good life. You'll only ever hear this from a woman. You'll never hear a man say, "I left my wife and 3 kids because their father deserves to be happy with another woman." You'll never hear, "My happiness is the children's happiness." But here she is, claiming her kids are better off in 2 homes, when no one even asked them if they wanted 2 homes in the first place. Brothers, there's an important lesson here. Always get a prenup. Because they always break their word when marriage stops being satisfying for them. Remember, they always deserve to be happy, even if it means destroying their family in the process. We've reached the end of the video, but before we go, the questions are for you. Was this woman who left a 15-year marriage selfish? What do you think about a woman who only looks out for her own benefit? If you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. Your support means the world to us and motivates us to create more content. Stay tuned for the next exciting video from The Wall.